Our first candidate is Sandra Van Scotter, your Ridgecrest neighbor and a candidate for Congress. Sandra is a disability community advocate whose work is grounded in decades of experience in the healthcare field, advocating for patients at the bedside, as an instructor, and with insurance companies. Oh my God, what a hellacious job. She takes no PAC money and answers only to the voters in the district. So please welcome Sandra Van Scotter.
Good morning, and thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Ridgecrest 5051, for organizing this event. It's been kind of difficult for people to actually be able to have opportunity to get out and meet our candidates. And so I'm glad all of us and, Tessa and Pat were able to come out from wherever they live in 23 to meet us in our beautiful town today. So I am Sandra Van Scotter, and I've lived here in Ridgecrest since 2014, and I'm running to represent everyone in California's 20th Congressional District. So I'm going to start a little unique. This isn't a usual campaign speech. So I want to go all the way back to February 24, 1761. A lawyer named James Otis stood up in a Boston courtroom and argued for hours against the general search warrants the Crown was using against the colonists. These are not new problems we have. Search warrants are that old. He lost the case. John Adams was in that room as a young lawyer, and later he wrote, "Then and there, the child Independence was born." The shots at Lexington and Concord were fired 14 years later. So 14 years of working through it. The pamphlets, the boycotts, the arguments in spaces like this. Our country did not skip those years. It worked through those years. And I think we are working through a period similar to what we've seen before. This is not permanent, and it's not skippable either. And we're going to get through it together the same way we have before. So a little bit more about me. I am the only Democratic Party candidate on the ballot for this race. And as Pam mentioned, my ballot designation is Disability Community Advocate. And that came with doing a lot of work, as was described in the beautiful introduction she gave. So here's what that experience taught me. I don't get to pick and choose the people I serve. I walk into a situation, I look at the evidence and the need, I collaborate with the people to make the most educated decisions I can, and I treat everyone in front of me the same, regardless of how they voted or what they believe. I treat everyone the same way I want to be treated. And that's the ethic I will bring to this office, and that's how I will represent our district. Many of us have voted along party lines our whole lives. Many of us have stopped voting because we're tired of the whole politics thing. And I get that. I am not here to convince people to change their voter registration. I'm here because many of the things on our minds in this district have become nonpartisan things. They are things happening to all of us, no matter which party looks responsible for the results we are living through. And I want to tell you what I would do about those things to help support our congressional district. Before I tell you about those things, I also want to be accurate about what one member of Congress can actually do, because we have all been promised all kinds of things for a long time, and I'm not going to promise you things that I can't actually do. I fell into the talking points trap in the beginning of my campaign, and I now know how damaging campaign promises that have no chance of being kept are to our whole election process. Our next Congress that we're voting for is the 120th Congress. They are in a unique position to begin the prep work to get our country ready for the next 250 years of our history. The 120th Congress can do several impactful things. It can stop policies that hurt the people of this district and keep them from advancing. It can perform oversight and investigation. which is the constitutional role that exists precisely for moments when the three branches of government become unbalanced, no matter which party holds the White House. And the 120th Congress can build the foundation for legislation that becomes possible when political conditions allow them. I believe the 120th Congress will need to utilize the tools and resources that already exist and spend much of their time in our home districts serving the people we are elected to serve. The things I hear the most concern about in Ridgecrest are healthcare, water, privacy, and education. I'm going to address 3 of the 4 things, and we can talk about the 4th later. Ridgecrest Regional Hospital has made it to the hospital's likely to close list again due to the high percentage of people they serve that are covered by Medi-Cal and the financial beating they continue to recover from after the earthquakes in 2019 and then the COVID restrictions. Full disclosure, I was employed at Ridgecrest Regional Hospital from 2017 through 2021. I do know that Ridgecrest Regional Hospital is examining joining the East Kern Healthcare District and to see if that can bring them some financial relief. And the hospital is working hard to bring providers to Ridgecrest. We are already starting to feel the implementation of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, and that pain will continue to be felt regardless of how we voted in 2024. Stopping and maybe even reversing some of the damage from the implementation of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is one of the things that the 120th Congress can do. So water. We need water. I encourage everybody to watch the YouTube video from the Indian Wells Valley Groundwater Authority workshop that they hosted this past Thursday evening. It's on the City of Ridgecrest YouTube channel. The last half of it is excruciatingly, and I'm saying it that way because we waited till the last half of it to get to the good stuff. If you know, go and watch what the independent investigators found and explained about how the water in the under the ground, the basin, is actually measured, and the differences, explaining the differences between the 2 reports that we've been receiving. Yeah, I hear the uproar about the data center, and I think, we are already off to a good start as a town in fighting that. And I think it's something that we need to keep speaking up about and fight through. So the other thing I'm hearing throughout the congressional district is that it's difficult to get any water projects started, not to mention finished, because there are so many hands in the pot. Congress can use their power of investigation to find out what is happening. Where did the federal funds go? How do we streamline processes and get projects that have funding actually completed before the funds run out or expire? So the last thing is privacy. Brenda mentioned the flock cameras. That's just one thing that touches the word privacy. So the flock camera system is connected to a nationwide system. There is also internet privacy that we're all concerned about, managing how much access social media companies have to our data, and the fact that there is no money in prevention and data breaches are becoming more and more common. The technology is advancing faster than the use of it can be regulated, and lobbyists and big money donors are keeping any meaningful legislation from being passed. This is where the 120th Congress can prepare the foundation of future legislation that has a chance to be passed when the political environment allows. The most important thing I want for you to take away today is I take no PAC money. Not from corporations, not from political places, not from unions. I take no PAC money. And I don't chase endorsements. That stance ensures that the only people I answer to are the actual people in the congressional district, even if they didn't vote for me. It has cost me, I raise less money overall, and I don't have institutional cover. What it gains me is this: I owe no favors, and I can vote how the people in the congressional district need me to vote. Collaborating with anyone from any party is the only way the work you need done is going to get done. And I'm the right person to do that work with you and for you.